Nobody is asking what you are building. Nobody is waiting for the next update. The room is quiet. The numbers may be quiet too. And part of you has started calling that silence failure. Do not confuse the absence of applause with the absence of progress. The quiet forge is not empty. It is where the metal changes before anyone hears the hammer. You know this season. You work after the day has taken its share. You open the file when nobody is watching. You study the skill nobody has paid you for yet. You test the offer that still feels too small to announce. You publish and the response is thin. You improve and nobody notices the difference. You keep a private promise, then wake up to a world that has no idea you kept it. That can make honest work feel imaginary. So you reach for noise. You check the numbers again. You explain the plan to someone who cannot validate what they cannot see. You compare your workshop to another person's storefront. You consider announcing the next version before the current version has proof. Not because you are vain. Because silence can feel like disappearance when you have not learned how to measure private progress. But you are not disappearing. You are being asked to build without witnesses. That is a different kind of work. It tests whether the dream is real when it is no longer being fed by attention. A forge does not need an audience to be hot. The steel does not ask whether anyone saw it enter the fire. The hammer does not need a comment section. The work happens because the material is not ready yet. Heat. Strike. Measure. Return. Most transformation is quiet while it is becoming trustworthy. Roots grow in darkness. Skill grows inside repetition. Self-trust grows when a promise is kept before anyone can reward it. The public moment comes later. First comes the private evidence. This is why silence can be useful. It removes the performance. It takes away the easy identity you borrow when people are watching. It leaves you with the real question. Will you still do the work when the work gives you no immediate proof that it loves you back? That question is not punishment. It is a quality test. Attention can make weak habits look strong for a few days. A public promise can create enough adrenaline to carry one impressive week. But silence reveals the structure. It shows whether the schedule can survive without excitement, whether the craft can deepen without praise, whether the offer can improve without instant sales, whether your standards belong to you or to the people who are looking. The few learn to respect this phase, not romanticize it, not hide inside it forever. Respect it. Because a quiet season is only valuable if something is being forged inside it. Silence without practice is avoidance. Silence without output is hiding. Silence without measurement can become a story you tell yourself to avoid the market. But silence with repetition becomes skill. Silence with shipping becomes proof. Silence with honest review becomes leverage. That is the distinction. The room is not sacred because it is quiet. It is sacred because you use the quiet to make something real. Think of unfinished steel on the anvil. To someone passing the doorway, it may look like nothing. A dark piece of metal. No shine. No shape they recognize. But the blacksmith knows what the last strike changed. He knows where the edge is stronger. He knows which flaw still needs heat. He does not need the passerby to understand the work in progress. He needs an honest measurement. You need the same. If the audience is quiet, measure the pages written. Measure the offers sent. Measure the repetitions completed. Measure the hours protected. Measure the versions made clearer. Measure the promises kept. Those are not consolation prizes. They are the evidence that makes the later result possible. Noise can tell you that people noticed. Proof tells you that you changed. Here is how to use the quiet without wasting it. First, name the proof. Do not enter another silent hour with a vague intention to work on yourself. Choose an artifact or a repetition. One finished page. One edited video. One sales message. One lesson practiced. One workflow tested from beginning to end. At the end of the hour, something must exist that did not exist before. Second, close the door on borrowed noise. You do not need live access to everyone else's progress while you are making your own. Put the phone outside the room. Close the analytics tab. Silence the feed. Keep only the tools required for the proof. You are not rejecting the world. You are protecting unfinished metal from unnecessary handling. Third, work until the evidence is visible. Do not stop at emotional effort. Feeling focused is not the proof. Feeling tired is not the proof. Thinking deeply is not the proof. The saved file is proof. The sent message is proof. The completed repetition is proof. Move from mood to artifact. Fourth, measure the strike. Ask what changed because of this hour. Did the idea become clearer? Did the skill become more precise? Did the offer reach a real person? Did the system survive a full run? Did you keep the promise at the time you said you would? Record one sentence. Today, the quiet produced this. That sentence teaches your mind that silence is not disappearance. It is production. Fifth, leave the next strike ready. Do not make tomorrow begin with confusion. Name the next file. Set out the tool. Write the first line. Leave a short note about the next decision. Make the workshop easy to re-enter. The goal is not one heroic quiet night. The goal is a room you can return to until the proof becomes undeniable. And then, when it is time, let the work leave the room. Quiet building is not permanent hiding. Ship the piece. Make the offer. Ask for the sale. Publish the result. Silence should strengthen the work before exposure, not protect it from exposure forever. Here is the vow. I will not call a quiet season empty when I have proof to build. I will stop asking strangers to confirm work I have not finished. I will protect 1 hour from borrowed noise. I will turn that hour into something visible. I will measure the strike without shaming the metal. I will prepare the workshop for my return. And when the proof is ready, I will let it speak outside the room. You do not need to become louder today. You need to become more exact. The audience may be quiet. The market may be quiet. The people around you may not understand what is taking shape. Let them be quiet. Your job is not to manufacture noise around unfinished work. Your job is to finish the work. One page. One repetition. One offer. One protected hour. Then another. The quiet forge is not dead. The fire is still working. The metal is still changing. And if you use this silence well, the proof will eventually make the sound for you. Use 1 quiet hour today. Build what can be measured. Then return tomorrow before anyone asks.